Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, as usual, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praise to the true and the only living powers. And the names are Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kahakadas. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of that millstone who I'm taught and do learn this truth 100% from. Peace and blessings be to you, Waki, who is serving Yahweh Shema Shai sincerity, hope for mercy, as well as salvation in these latter days, man. To you, I say Shalom, and Yahweh Shema Shai Barakathon. Through the Spirit, I really wouldn't even want to do a lesson on it. Because, we understand that, you're going to have scoffers, you're going to have people that want to talk they shit. We understand that it's going to be more of us. It's going to be more of Jake that don't believe than what there is Jake that do believe. So it ain't like this is nothing uncommon. We used to being called bums. We used to being called, rapists and Power Rangers and, all this type of shit. This is nothing new. But as of lately, and I actually did like a little in transit on this, probably around last week, going into, letting out the incredulity of them trouble. Faithless ass Israelites and even these heathens that call themselves getting on the comic book. Let these motherfuckers talk they shit. Let them talk they shit because we gonna get the last laugh. As a matter of fact, that's probably what I'm entitled this lesson. Talk your shit now, cause we gonna have our time. And as a matter of fact, the first scripture that I wanna grab real quick is Luke 6:25. Talk your shit, laugh, scoff, mock, do all that now because we gonna get the last laugh. You can sit here and say that we believe in a fake book, what we doing is in vain, so on and so forth. But then the Lord is gonna smack that Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter on your ass, man. You gonna realize that you gonna realize that you was a stupid one. You gonna realize that the shit that you was doing was in vain, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was looking on, I was watching the brother's TikTok live, and I'm just looking through the comments. You know what I'm saying? Looking through the comments, and it's motherfuckers in there just talking shit. Talking shit, running their mouth. You know what I'm saying? You got the Northern Kingdom bitch in there. She in there running her fucking mouth. You know what I mean? The whole time the bitch got fake titties and you know what I mean? There's gonna come a point in time where the Lord is gonna shut all that shit down, and I can't wait. I can't wait till the Lord really start to put the hammer on y'all ass, man. Prophecy is gonna be the biggest upsetter, in these times to come, because you motherfuckers, the Lord got it where y'all kicked up, y'all laid up, pockets probably fat, you know what I'm saying? Even though, prices is shit is getting, is increasing. Things are getting more expensive. But you still able to do what you want. You still able to be comfortable. When you got motherfuckers at your door, trying to boot that shit in, we're gonna see how comfortable you gonna be. We're gonna see if you gonna be laughing then. Because the Lord gonna have it to where we out here. He said in Psalms 91st chapter, if it's the spirit on me to grab it, I'll grab it. We gonna be out here looking at all this shit going on. Brothers is gonna be out here in the streets, not, at protests and riots, but brothers is gonna have to be on the move and, going here and going there. You know what I'm saying? The scripture said we're gonna be like pilgrims upon the earth. So we gonna be seeing motherfuckers catch their judgment. It's gonna be people out there that was talking shit about us. People that probably even came up to your camp and was talking shit. Gonna try to come up to you and ask for help. And we're gonna straight to get your ass to boot, if not put your ass to death, man. I say, you talk your shit, run your mouth now. Because I looked on the comment board and I'm seeing motherfuckers calling Jake Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying? I done had my jaw wired for the past month. Nigga on the comment board talking about, you know, I got coke jaw. You know what I'm saying? I look like I done got my barber's robe out of the shop. You know, I'm looking on Jake comment board too. You got motherfuckers in that hole just running they fucking mouth. Alright, running they mouth, and this is how we know that we have the truth. Alright, because if we ain't have the truth, why the fuck is you even entertaining it? Alright, y'all don't go do this shit to Christians. Alright, they go in, y'all don't do this shit to TD Jakes and Joel Osteen, and you don't do this shit to the pastors on Sunday. So why the fuck y'all coming and doing it to us? This is how we know we have the truth. Alright, you gotta remember, Yahweh Shah was hated more than what he was loved, man. Yahweh Shah was hated by the majority of his people. Alright, it's gonna be no different with us. So, hey, call all Yahweh by Shema Shah, because at the end of the day, it's fuck the 2/3, man. Alright, if these niggas wanna talk that shit, go ahead. It's cool. Alright, because, hey, when the IDF is over here, you know, snatching Eve up by her fucking wig, you know what I'm saying? And grabbing niggas by their dreads, and hitting them with the butt of the gun, and letting the dog do foul shit to him, because that's what they do over there overseas, man. Alright? Y'all niggas better wake up. Y'all think shit is a joke. Alright? We not out there for your entertainment, and we know the scriptures say we was gonna be made a spectacle unto the world, man. Spectacle, when you go into the definition of it, it basically means like a like a circus or like a show. Alright, motherfuckers look at us, they don't take us serious, man. Alright, they don't take us serious because of how we out there dressed. You know what I'm saying? Dressed with the garments. You know, brothers is probably, you know, rugged looking, and you know what I'm saying? But that's cool. That's cool because we gonna get the last laugh, man, and I can't wait. Alright? I can't wait until I see motherfuckers really just out here in the streets getting judgment. I can't wait, man. Alright, because it's about damn time. Alright, it's about damn time. So you could just imagine how the apostles feel. You know, the apostles, they've been doing this for, you know, 35 plus years, man, 40 years. You know, imagine all the scoffers that came up against them. You know what I'm saying? You know the apostles is waiting on, hey, ready to see these niggas cast judgment, man. And not even just Jake. But you damn heathens is gonna get it too, because y'all be trying to talk y'all little shit like y'all finna escape. Man, y'all gonna get it too, bro. Alright? This is the book of Luke, chapter 6 and 25, and it reads, "Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep." And right now, you can laugh and shit all you want. You know what I mean? You able to go and, you know what I'm saying, hop in your whip and travel freely, and wait until all that shit is taken away from you. Because you also had a bitch in the comments that had the nerve to talk about her pockets are fat and Jake is out there looking bummy and shit. Okay, bitch. Well, guess what? You getting ready to lose all that shit. We in an economic collapse right now. All right? Don't you know that the dollar has no value to it whatsoever? All right? Don't you know that they're setting up a new world order enterprise, and you're already talking about your pockets fat, you chilling looking sexy in the AC? Bitch. See, that's another thing too. And I usually don't even like to speak on women in lessons. But you women, y'all gonna get, man, you women are gonna get this shit the worst. Alright? You women are gonna get this shit the worst because y'all live in a society where everything is catered to you. You know what I'm saying? You have 911, and you better look at that shit as a luxury, because that shit finna get taken away from you. Alright? It was already a point in time, I think it was in Chicago. It was Chicago or Detroit or somewhere around there, where first call responders wasn't responding to, you know, if that shit wasn't, you know, life threatening, then they wasn't responding to it. If it was a domestic assault and shit like that, the dude slapped on you, they wasn't responding to it. Alright? When there's a blackout, the economy is straight up collapsed. And it's coming. Alright, it's coming. Don't think twice about it. That shit is coming. Alright. When you have America in that full state of anarchy, and these first car responders ain't picking up these phones because it's too much danger. They need to be protecting their own family and shit, providing for themselves. You know, because there ain't gonna be no going to the grocery store. You motherfuckers is gluttons. Alright? You able to kick back, eat and all this shit, talk your shit on the comments. Hey, you're not gonna be laughing when your stomach hurting. Alright? Whenever you ain't ate in a couple of days, 4, 5, 6 days, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, going on a month, you're not gonna be laughing, bro. But you know who is gonna be laughing though? We gonna be laughing. Auto Retazan part of that number. We gonna be the ones laughing when we looking at your ass, hungry in a bitch, cotton mouth, lips white as a bitch because you ain't drunk no water in a couple of days, skinny as a motherfucker, looking malnourished, kids starving with you and shit. This is gonna be a soon reality towards you shit talking motherfuckers, man. Hey, talk your shit now because we gonna have our time. This is why we ain't tripping. We ain't tripping right now because we gonna have our moment, man. The Lord said, right now we fishers of men. That's what just come with the business. We out there fishing. We out there just fishing for the elect. We understand motherfuckers is gonna come up against the truth. We understand that, you know, people gonna falsely accuse us. People gonna make clips out of us and people making skits like Drewski, nigga making skits and shit. And we understand that. But we also understand that there's gonna come a point in time where it's gonna be hunting season. The Lord is gonna give certain brothers that spiritual power, whether you motherfuckers believe it or not. It don't matter. It do not matter if you believe in it or not. Because once brothers get that spiritual power, the Lord said in Luke 10:19 that he's gonna give Jake power to tread on serpents and scorpions. That's going into you wicked ass niggas and you females too. Don't think that you see, like I said, you motherfuckers are so delusional, because you ain't never truly experienced hardships in America, man. That shit that you see happening overseas, that's coming here. That's coming here, and you motherfuckers just don't know what's coming. We do. This is why, through fear and trembling of the Lord, we persuade men. This is why we go out there and we willing to make a fool out of ourselves. Because, we probably do look like a fool. I remember the elder Zahab from the Mississippi camp. The brother had stated that we basically go through a humiliation ritual when we out there on the highways and the byways. You know what I'm saying? Not in the sense that we're ashamed to do the work of the Lord, but because of how we look in the eyes of the world, man. How we look in the eyes of a motherfucker who's looking at us through a worldly lens. You know what I'm saying? Jake has the garments on, you know, like I said, you know, brothers look rough. You know what I'm saying? You got older brothers out there, you got younger brothers. I done seen niggas talking about on the comment board that you got the younger brothers that be yes men. You know what I'm saying? To the older brothers, you know? Just all type of just retarded shit. And it just gets old, man. It just get old. But reading it over again, Luke 6:25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh and laugh, for ye shall mourn and weep. Well, whenever y'all getting thrown into these concentration camps, you know, don't know what's gonna happen to you the next 5-10 minutes, the next 24 hours. You don't know what the fuck to expect in that damn room. You don't know if somebody gonna come in there, a gang of troops is gonna go in there and start busting your legs open and doing shit against your will. For the niggas too, because them IDF soldiers go both ways. If you ain't know, that's them motherfuckers straight from the tribe of Amalek. You know what I'm saying? They gonna come over here and they gonna be doing all type of inhumane shit, which is why They are merging, right? They're passing this bill to merge the IDF with the American military, right? The NDAA 227 Act, all right? Because they know they gonna be more than willing to come over here and do some do some foul shit, all right? But we gonna be the ones laughing when we see it, man. All right, let's go to Proverbs, the first chapter. Yeah, we gonna be the ones laughing because, like I said, y'all can have y'all time because our time coming. All right, whenever y'all out here hungry than a bitch, and brothers is, hey, the Lord is working ways for brothers to eat. You think you think we gonna be laughing if we hungry? Hell no. That's because we gonna be eating. We gonna be taken care of. All right, brothers is gonna be showering. All right, brothers' children and wives is gonna be protected. Y'all gonna be the ones out here going through it. All right. Proverbs 1 and let me get straight to the point. Verse 24 says, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. You know, and when you get on the unicorn and you see brothers going live and streaming on these different platforms, that's the Lord stretching out his hand towards his people. And what do Jake do? Jake refused the hand, right? They refused the hand by going on there, typing, saying retarded shit. How do y'all believe this shit? You know what I'm saying? I done seen so many people, and man, call it like Yahweh by Shema Shah. Right? This is how we know that, bruh, if you've been awoken to this truth, man, count yourself to be blessed. All right, because everybody truly just can't see it, man. All right, which is a scary thing. I would hate to be you niggas, bro. Hey, better you niggas than us, bro. All right, I would hate to be in the shoes of a 2/3 nigga. The whole time, this nigga lifted up with pride. You know what I'm saying? Don't see what the fuck is coming. All niggas is worrying about is LeBron signing to the 76ers. All right, all these hoes is worrying about is taking trips to Turks and Caicos or whatever that shit is called, cruise ships, and getting they damn hair done and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we can actually see it. A prudent and wise man foreseeth evil. The Lord has given us that spiritual awakening to see the danger coming, man. Right? And like the brother had I forgot who had did a lesson on it, but the brother had went into it. Fear is the greatest motivator, man. All right, we truly fear what Yahweh Shema Shah can and will do to us if we disobedient. So this is why we go out there and we willingly gonna make ourselves a fool. Shit, I'll go out there and make myself a fool before I ever be in the shoes of a 2/3 nigga. All right, y'all think that we losing the whole time. You niggas is really losing, bro. Right, and the Lord is gonna take the shit that you got now, bro. All this materialistic shit. You know, your jobs. You know what I'm saying? Your bank accounts. You know, your cribs, home, whatever, man. Man, the Lord is getting ready to take all of that shit from you, man. Now, he gonna take all that shit from you. All right? And then we gonna see how funny shit gonna be then, man. We gonna see how funny shit gonna be when your loved ones is getting put to death and you niggas is crying snotty ass nose and shit. All right? We gonna be the ones laughing, man. Right? Because we done told you stupid niggas, man. And Salaki, if it seem like I'm ranting, but like I said, shit just gets old when you know we got the truth, right? You know we serve the truth, and the only living power is Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? And these dumb sleep ass, dry bone ass niggas got the nerve to get on the comment board and talk shit like, nigga, don't you know that we out there for you? All right, we out there trying to warn you, and you got the nerve to talk shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit just get annoying. You know what I'm saying? What a lot say, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. You niggas are irksome, bro. All right, you irksome, and I'm beyond vexed with not only just the 2/3, but you retarded ass heathens. Right? You delusional ass heathens that got the nerve to think that your country or that you even got a chance to be in the kingdom, you know what I'm saying, living like how we gonna be living. Man, you motherfuckers is gonna be getting beat talk your shit or how you want. Because it don't matter if you believe or not. All right, the 2/3, even though they gonna talk their shit and they gonna get put to death in these times to come, because the Lord said that these plagues are sent as scourges for a minute. All right, but Jake, the 2/3 Jakes will just be reborn back into the kingdom through the ones of the elect. You heathens, y'all you gonna be thrown head first into slavery. All right, all the decent looking heathen brothers are gonna take them for concubines, and all the ugly ones, we're gonna have y'all just reproducing this shit just so y'all can be workers and shit. And you get on, we're gonna beat your fucking back in. What a hard ass whip. Man, the Lord, fuck that. The Lord said a rod of iron, man. All right? We gonna be busting you upside your head every time you try to get out of line, man. Right? You don't wanna go pick that bit. Boom. Bust you upside your shit with it. All right? Back in the book of Proverbs 1:25, because ye have said it not all my counsel and with none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. All right? And the Lord speaks through the mouth of his prophets. All right? The prophets, the brothers that's out there teaching, right, are the Lord's mouthpiece. You know, if you think that the Lord is gonna come down here and speak to you himself, right, you don't read the scriptures. The Lord has always used his men, right, to get his point and his word across. All right? So as the Lord is using us to reach his hand out to Jake, right, to talk to Jake, all right, the Lord is also going to put the spirit in us to laugh at you niggas, man. Right? Because we done told you, right? Eve that don't want to get in line and shit, you know what I'm saying, think they know it all. Man, we're going to be laughing at y'all when we see them niggas grabbing y'all by y'all hair, swinging y'all ass around, beating y'all ass in the streets. We're not going to be Captain Save. We're not going to drop everything we doing like, hey, don't be hitting no woman. Hell no, we're going to let it go on. Because that's judgment. And as a matter of fact, let's go to that real quick. Let's go to the book of Psalms 91. Because I mentioned it too. This is the book of Psalms 91 in verse. I'm going to start at 7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. It's going to be a lot of death in the streets, man. All right. And the Lord is going to have to put a cold spirit on us. All right, the Lord is gonna have to put a cold spirit on us for us to not lose our shit. And ultimately, you know, having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, but even seeing certain shit out here, because brothers is not used to seeing warfare in the streets. We're not used to seeing motherfuckers with their brains leaked open. You know what I mean? We're not used to seeing children, little babies and shit that just out in the streets lifeless. You know what I'm saying? Shit setting on fire and blowing up, and you know, we're not used to seeing none of that. So the Lord is going to put the spirit on us, right? And the Lord is already starting to groom us to get accustomed to it, so to speak, because we meditate on the scriptures day and night. We know that this is what's coming, right? So we already preparing our mind, but the Lord is going to put the spirit on us, you know what I'm saying, to really be able to deal with it and also to mock you niggas, man. Right? You mocking us now, but we going to be mocking your ass, man. Right? You going to have niggas trying to come and trying to, hey, what was that? What was that you was talking about? Like, I know I ain't believing it, but like, bro, I see it now. Like, man, I wasn't getting that. Get the fuck out of here. And he try to put your hand on Jake. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get your issue. All right? We gonna be the ones mocking. All you bitches that think that you can fight a man and all this shit. Okay, well, when you can't call 911 no more, right? And you getting your ass lumped up, and you come and trying to run a Jake, and we're gonna be mocking your ass. That's what your ass get. That's what you get. You know what I'm saying? You remember we told your ass? That's on you. All right, Jake gonna try to come. What was his breakdown? What was the names? Shit, I don't know. Didn't you say it was Jesus, nigga? Nah, we gonna be mocking you stupid niggas, bruh. Because the Lord is gonna put the spirit in us to do so. Right? Right here. This is the book of Psalms 91 and 8, it says, only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Right? So we're going to see Jake out here catching judgment, and also you heathens. We're going to see y'all catching judgment right along with Jake ass, man. All right? So let's go to the book of John 16. start at 20. This will probably be my last one right here. Yeah, I can't wait. You know, as much as Jake like to do the work, love to do the work actually. You know, because this is the only thing that truly fulfills us. You know, brings us, you know, peace and satisfaction. All right, but hey, I'm ready to see judgment, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of these niggas talking shit, running their mouth. Right? Everybody think they know the scriptures, don't know the scriptures at all. You know what I'm saying? You know everything, but don't know everything. I'm ready for the Lord to just shut everybody the fuck up, man. All right. This is the book of John 16. And 20. And it reads, "Verily, verily, I say unto you that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice, and ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy." All right, and this is Yahushua speaking to the 12. All right, because Yahushua, he was going into how he was basically finna have to go back up into the Father. All right, and of course the disciples they ain't want Yahushua to leave, man. All right, so he was saying, let's read it over again. "Verily, verily, I say unto you that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice." All right, because these niggas are not looking for Yahushua to come back. All right, these niggas is looking forward to the next World Cup, looking for the next, big event. That ghetto ass rodeo event they had in Texas and shit. Jake is just looking forward to fighting. All right. And it says, "And you shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy," because ultimately we know that this is all leading up to Yahushua coming back. All right. We was once with him. All right. And we getting ready to see Big Bro come back again. Right, so even seeing these prophecies come to pass, bro, that brings Jake joy. Scripture says in the book of Sirach, to basically hope or pray for strange works, man. All right, we hope some shit get blown up. Right, and we can't wait for the mark of the beast to be established, set up where motherfuckers getting chipped. All right, because we understand what this leads to, man. All right, but y'all gonna be the ones. Y'all gonna be the ones that's not really, you're not gonna have too much of an enjoyment, so to speak. It was second as the second chapter. "Others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance." All right, hey, the Lord gonna put a cold spirit on Jay, bro. All right, Jay gonna be out here, man. It's gonna be all type of shit going on. Motherfuckers breaking in the cribs and shit. We gonna be calling like y'all about Shema Shah, call like y'all about Shema Shah. You see when brothers be seeing chariots, you be having videos, motherfuckers be bugging out. But brothers be calling on you, how about Shema Shah? Brothers be loud, man. Brothers be juiced up. When we start seeing judgment, man, brothers is going to be juiced up, man. All right? When we start seeing them missiles leaving there, because as they coming, they going to be leaving. Man, brothers is going to be juiced up. Yeah, flesh will kick in a bit. But brothers is going to be juiced up because we understand, man, Yahushua is here. Yahushua is coming, bro. All right? You niggas don't know that, though. You hoping that everything go back to so-called normal. Right? You hoping that Trump gets impeached and they set up somebody who can make your life a little easier. A lot easier, if you will. Man, we looking forward to this shit getting way more worse. Right? And we know it's going to get more worse. So we going to get the last laugh, man. All right? Back in John 16 and 21, it says, "A woman, when she is in the travail, has sorrow because her hour has come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembered no more of the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world. And ye now therefore have sorrow, right? But I will see you again, and your heart shall rejoice, and your joy no man taketh from you." All right, and that's pretty much the point that I wanted to get on that, right? Because brothers, man, when you in the knowledge and you understand how things are supposed to be, right, and you understand it, you know this is the truth, and you got all these gainsayers and shit. And of course, we don't, like I said, we don't let it get to us to the point where, we stop doing the work or nothing like that. Right? If you stop doing the work over what a blinded 2/3 has said or what he believes, man, the truth was never for you in the first place. Right? So it's not like we give a fuck, but it becomes irksome. Right? When we know we serve the true powers. Right? And the Lord is just allowing these niggas to talk that shit, but just for a little moment. Right? Because Lord is gonna shut that shit up, man. Alright, so yeah, I believe I pretty much hit on it. There's a couple of scriptures I could get into, but no, I don't know, I already been going for half an hour, man. So with that being said, Adon Ratazah, this lesson was edifying. And slack if I ran it a bit, but Adon Ratazah was, edification through the spirit, and that my sacrifice was acceptable in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai. So we coming into a time, my brothers, we're gonna get that last laugh, man. All right, so keep, as the book of Ezekiel say, hey, Jake hard-headed, but shit, hey, the Lord gonna make our heads hard against theirs, man. All right, keep putting your foot down on their neck, all right, because we gonna get that last laugh, man. All right, we've been holding it down for the Lord this whole time, all right, taking the little, laughs and all the scoffing and shit, all right. But then once that rain start pouring down, just using a figurative speech, all right. Once these prophecies start coming to pass, hey, we gonna see who gonna have the last laugh, man. Right? We gonna be the ones that's gonna have that different spirit on us, man. While everybody else out here in extreme mental distress, you know what I'm saying, and fucked up, stressed out. All right. So with that being said, Shalom. Y'all about to see my shot break the thumb in the bar, man. Shalom.